evening. We were told to keep these things quick, so I'm going to do that and just start from the jump. Lydia Polgreen, who is the winner of this year's Hillman Prize for Opinion in Analysis Journalism, Lydia is my favorite columnist at the New York Times. I don't say that just because she's my colleague. I don't say that just because we have similar tastes in menswear. I say that because Lydia exemplifies the best of what a columnist can be and the best of what a column can do as a form. Her work is deeply reported. It uses, graphics and the technologies we have to do journalism in inventive ways, and it is incredibly humane. It exemplifies, I think, the kinds of values we want to see in journalism. We are awarding her for her remarkable series on migration, on human migration in the 21st century. That is really a remarkable piece, as a collective, a remarkable piece of journalism. But I really think that you can look at any of Lydia's work in the years, 5 years now? She's been as a columnist at the Times, 4 years, and come to the same conclusion that this is the work of a really remarkable journalist and a really superb, top-notch columnist. So that's what I have to say. I'm very pleased and privileged to present this award to Lydia Polgreen.
This is an extraordinary honor, and to be here with all of you tonight and to be recognized with an award named for Sidney Hillman. He is, of course, a great American hero, someone who fought hard for the dignity of workers and to expand the meaning of our democracy. But before he was an American, he was a migrant. He left what was then known as the Pale of Settlement, now the country of Lithuania, a place where leftist Jews like him were mercilessly persecuted. How lucky we are that his wanderings brought him eventually to our shores, and that he landed in America almost 2 decades before the racist, xenophobic laws that would shut millions more like him out of our country were passed. It is the journeys of people like Sidney Hillman, like my mother, who came to America from Ethiopia, and the many strands of my white American father's family, migratory journeys undertaken at great peril over 2 centuries that inspired this series. So I had a very peripatetic childhood. We moved around a lot, mostly in sub-Saharan Africa. And to me, leaving what I thought of as home and moving many thousands of miles away was totally normal. It's something everybody does. But it isn't true. We think of ourselves as living in an age of unprecedented migration. The language of migration crisis has upended the politics of countries across the globe. And it's true, there are more people on the move now than in any time in recorded human history. And yet, less than 4% of people on this planet live outside the country of their birth. So we have this conception in the West that everyone wants to come here and take all of our good things. But the reality is that almost everyone, 96% of the world, they stay put. The median distance that a migrant travels is actually just 400 miles. So people who pick up, say, in the war in Sudan, they want to go home as soon as they possibly can. This language of crisis is hysteria. The pull of home, of living among the people and places you know and love, is one of the strongest human impulses. And the impulse to go to a new place and try to build a new life very far away from home, the kind of journey that Sidney Hillman made, is incredibly rare and unleashes incredibly powerful forces that we don't even know where they're going to lead us. So these were the kinds of stories that I wanted to tell. I first got the idea for this project the summer before Donald Trump returned to the White House. I had met a deeply impressive immigrant from South Asia who had been smeared for his Muslim faith, and that had undermined and removed an opportunity that he had dreamed of for years for high service. He had been proud to become an American, but now he wondered, had migrating to the United States been a mistake? Ought he have sent his sights somewhere else? And as he spoke, I thought, how much poorer this country would be if people like him did not join us, if we enacted the Trumpist fantasy of closed borders. Once Trump was elected once again to the presidency, I wondered if this work, which focused on migration in countries outside of the United States in the main, would feel too far removed from the grim headlines of the day. But once it got going, it became clear that we needed new ways to think about the great eternal saga that is human migration. My reporting would take me to 5 continents where I met people who had undertaken astonishingly courageous journeys to seek safety and a better life, who were grateful for the opportunity to start anew, but also pined for the homes they left behind. We are living in a time when anyone brave enough to try to make a new life faces horrors all around. Here in America, we have brutal ICE raids, the shackled deportees taken to El Salvador or dumped, bewildered in war-torn Congo. We have the wanton cruelty of the Trump administration's social media posts. The European Union cuts cynical deals with lawless governments to keep migrants far from their shores. Brutality abounds. Yet, even though it is hard to see now, we will one day deeply regret this time and look back on it with as much shame as we do at the racist policies that barred millions of European Jews from finding safety in America during the Holocaust. I know many Americans already feel this way. I heard it daily on the streets of Minneapolis in the aftermath of the murder of Renee Good. The cynical zero-sum politics of our age are nearing their expiration date. In honor of Cindy Hillman and the journey that he made, let's make it so.